All right, everybody. Here we are. Once again, a couple of silver spoons. Face to okay. Okay, so now wind just picked up. Right. We're gonna open and head over to drive safe 3D models because now we have car 01B. This vehicle is rigged now differently. So the previous vehicle that we had, this guy right here needs to be down with the headlights level. Previous vehicle we had didn't have lights. And so that was fine. It wasn't going to be a big deal. There wasn't going to be a lot of discussion out of it. But then all of a sudden, they asked me to please put lights in. And I was like, well, okay. So now we're putting lights in. That's a thing. That's fine. So here we are doing that. And what we're going to do is this. We've now done this so that this is rigged differently. I rigged it differently. And what we've got now is a setup where I'm actually kind of glad this is hard to do on the surface. It wasn't impossible, but I was doing this all evening on the surface. And this isn't horrible, or that wasn't horrible, but much easier to do here. Okay, so queso. Queso. Alrighty. All right. Now, you're going to love this one. Okay, make sure we've got forward turn, right forward turn. So we're missing one. Is it you? Okay. So we have learned, okay. So Guy, I'm talking to me so that I'll come back and watch this episode right here and discuss what we're doing next time I go, how is this done again? Because I've forgotten. So this is the one. This is the one. Hey, me, here's what you need to do. Over here in the vertex groups, we need to set up each one of the small individual internal pieces to be a different vertex group. So remember that, because that's the part that you always miss. And then you go, why doesn't this work? I hate this. This is stupid. You get mad. No reason for it. Okay? So we add a vertex group. We call that vertex group the right rear turn signal, right? And then we say enter And then while selecting the piece that you are making a vertex group, hit assign. Then you should find selecting, nope, see, now we screwed it up. Because now this one's the same one. So we end up with this problem, which is remove. All right. Okay. So this is on the left side. Because the left rear turn signal, assign. And this one is the right rear turn signal, assign. There we go. Now we should get that, 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 that. All right. Now we're talking. This shouldn't change the maps of this car too terrible much. Just a little bit. Because now we have the headlights and the turn signals actually embodied in the vehicle, whereas before we didn't. It does mean a complete rebuild in DAS. But that's good, because now I'm going to do the, okay, guy, when you forget what all these things are supposed to do, watch this video. So this is talking to me here. I'm talking to me. Right? Watch this video because you will remember what you were supposed to do when you watch this video. You won't remember what you were supposed to do. What will really happen is you will do what you were supposed to do because you'll follow these steps. So the first thing I do is I build the entire model as one unit in here. So this model is one item, one thing. We go into object mode and you can see it's all just one item. And inside this item, each one of these has a different vertex group. And the vertex group is this green triangle down here, upside down triangle. That's the vertex group. Click on that, and then I start adding vertex groups to each piece that needs to move. I'm saying this to myself so that I'll remember. Each piece that needs to move will be an individual vertex group. In the case of the vehicle here, I've even put the taillights inside here, which I'm going to make glowing red and then make the faces on the outside of the car a dull, dark red, so that whenever you turn on the brakes, all I have to do is press the little things, these squares, through the hull of the car, and they will look like the lights turned on, which is the way we're going to kludge this, because I cannot swap maps in DAZ Studio. I can't swap the texture maps mid-animation, which is the ideal situation, is just swap the texture maps. We can't do that. We could probably do it in Blender, but I'm not using Blender, so we're there. Okay, so I've done each piece as a different vertex group, and I've named them all through here. Okay? And actually the name of this should be called Car A. It's the name of the group, or just car. We'll call it a DS car. There we go. Now the group is called a DS car. That's fine. So now, when I take this guy here, the first thing we're going to do is save it, because it's finally correct. Luckily for me, I was smart enough to save the original Blender file for this car, so I don't have to rebuild it from scratch, which is good. We're going to export this now as a waveform, this thing, an OBJ. We've got car A, so we're going to call it car B, okay? And the one thing I'm going to make sure I get is OBJ groups and material groups. No, I need OBJ groups. And then under geometries, I'm going to make sure I have, I could triangulate the faces from here, and that would have been useful in and of itself, but that's all right. Don't need to worry about this, but I do need to keep the vertex order. So I'm going to make sure I keep the vertex order, right? So that's what we're going to do. Exporting here, OBJ groups, keep vertex order. That's what we're going to do. We're going to call it car B and export it. While we're at it, over here, we're going to go to the UV modeling side, right? And we're going to image, right? We got to be in edit mode. UV, and we're going to export this UV layout because it's 01B that's the name of this guy, and it'll match with this group here. Okay, and then we're going to take this, we're going to say 3000 by 3000. I'm going to click all UVs, okay, then export. Okay. Now what should happen is we'll come into here and we'll go to figure setup. So we go into figure setup. It's already set up here. We'll say add geometry. We're just going to add car B, right? Everything should be set up straight. And then when we do, we'll add him over here. And none of the bones moved over. Damn it. So we missed a set. Something's set wrong. Damn. Okay, we did something wrong. Okay, guy, don't watch that last one. Okay, because it's in the export. So we're going to then go to export. You know what? This is the one they were saying didn't always work like it was supposed to in OBJ, and they had better usage going to Collada. Collada is a different extension. So I'll give it that one and see what happens, but I don't remember Collada working. So I'm going to give it a shot real quick and then see if that makes it better or easier. Add geometry and car. Oh yeah, we can't add the geometry. That's why I never used it before, because you can't. Okay, fine. So now we'll go back in, export as a wavefront. Now let's look what we got. Export Blender objects as OBJ groups. Export Blender objects to OBJ objects. I don't think we need OBJ groups. We need something that says vertex groups. And maybe that's what I need. Maybe it's not that. I know we need vertex orders. We need to include the UVs. We don't need to worry about writing the materials, but that's okay. Fine, we'll do it anyway. Okay, let's try that. See if that made it better. Nope. Damn it. I thought for sure we had this. But the vertex groups are not going through, and that's part of the problem. So what's happening is this. If I create the car now, it has no moving parts. We'll have to manually go through and select each face for each moving part. And it will take hours. It will take us hours upon hours upon hours to do it this way. And I don't want to do that. If you do this, there's a way to do this so that it won't do this. There's a way to do it. And I can't remember I'm missing, and if it's one of those things, you must click this, and you must not click this, and you must click this, and you must write 1, 2, 3, 4, and this, it's one of those. Everything has to be exactly right, or you do not do it correctly. So we're coming out of wave front. Okay, so the path mode's auto, the geometry, and of course, whatever is the default here, that's not what's happening. So apply modifiers. All the modifiers are applied. Keep vertex order. We don't need to worry about that. Write materials, include UVs, write normals. Nothing else. Materials group, maybe? Give that a shot. But this is why we're having a problem. One of the selection groups made it, but none of the other ones did. Still not the right place. Damn it. This is why I don't build them, by the way. I don't build them at this point in time because it's just me being stupid. And I don't build people for me being stupid. This shouldn't be this hard, but it is. Polygroups. Maybe. Still no bones. Damn it. This is one of my problems with modern day stuff. I have the answer. It's a set of videos that are an hour each, and there's 6 of them to go through the process that you just saw me do over and over and over. Because the guy has to tell me stories about his grandma, and he has to go on and tell me stories about how to do this, that, and the other thing, and what to do with this and what to do with that. And nobody has just instructions 1, 2, 3. They all have these long videos that are an hour long. And that's fine, but if I rebroadcast those videos here, then I'm in violation of copyright. And so I can't do that. So I can only watch the videos offline when I'm not working. And so this is part of my gripe with the modern era of things where everybody does videos about everything. It's great for you who are watching this video while you sweep your kitchen or whatever. That's wonderful. That's a great thing because I'm keeping you company and you're keeping me company. The biggest problem that I've got is I can't get this straightened out until I figured this out. And now I have made this entire thing stupid and difficult to deal with. So I'm going to look how to rig a DAS model. It's missing the one thing. I'm reading through my instructions. Right, these are vertex groups. guess what I really need is an advertisement. So wondering what I'm doing. Trying to get these things figured out. Okay. No, that's rigging the door. Okay, I guess I'm back to bringing up the videos that I can't actually listen to. He's going to drink a beer. So the first 45 minutes or first 25-minute video is him talking about what rigging a vehicle means, just so you can understand how extraordinarily frustrating this is. The second is him assigning everything. And the import section is literally just seconds long. The entire part that I'm having a problem with is just seconds. He's got this just seconds here. Because he's doing all of this in 3ds Max. And this worked. I had this working with the other model, and it worked. And I imported it, and all worked fine, and I had everything figured out, all of the things. And one person out there figured it out. Oh, good, Can's here. I can't add Can because I'm watching a stupid video, which I shouldn't be watching anyway, but that's okay.
You're watching a video?
Yep. I am once again trying to bring in an object from Blender to Daz Studio. I successfully did it once. I brought that car in correctly, and there is one thing you have to make sure is clicked, and I don't remember what it is. But if you don't click it, it doesn't work. None of it works. And there's like 70 little buttons you can click on the transport in between. So now I'm watching a video because the only thing you can do in this day and age is go to YouTube and watch a 45-minute video for the 1 second of very important information, while they have 44 minutes and 59 seconds worth of discussing about their grandma. And that's the only thing you can find nowadays. And it's so frustrating.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
Yep. It's so aggravating. It's like, oh.
So what'd you think about that page I sent you?
You know what I thought about it? I put a whole... Oh, the page. I thought I sent back on that too. Didn't I say it was cool? I like that page.
Yeah. Yeah, you said you loved it. But and it doesn't look AI created. It looks like I created it.
So it's AU created it. It's
Yeah.
gold. Okay, that was a deep cut. I'm just
Artificial
saying.
me.
Artificial Kayan. Yeah, see, it didn't do that. It's now prepped for export's the problem.
So how are you this evening?
Well, I'm doing fine. And I'm not doing bad at all. I just need to find this one. I'm just having this one problem, which means I'm not looking at the screen. So be aware, I'm not looking at what you're putting up on screen. So just keep that in mind. I can hear you just fine, but my screen right now is, a Google search as I Google this to hopefully find the switch that I need to click. Part of the problem is this is a fix. They just fixed it. Before last year, you couldn't do this at all. This could not be done. But then they put the fix in. So 90% of all of these are, so you start here, then you go get this third-party kludge, install it, put it in, restart your computer 16 times, then you're ready to transfer it over, sort of thing. And so that's part of it, is I have to figure out which one's the one that is the most recent enough that it's got the correct information, where it tells me what the thing is that I need to click. I do have the bridge, though. Can't I bridge? Does bridge work? You can switch the music, by the way. It's sitting over there going whoo, 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 and it's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay. There is a bridge. I don't remember where it is. Oh, Genesis 9 starter. I've got Genesis 9. That's a thing.
It's the Genesis 9 starter pack.
Yeah. Well, Genesis 9's new. So they always do the first hit is free sort of things. So you know how that goes. They get you to download Genesis 9, and then it's like, well, but there's no clothes. So if you want clothes, you're going to spend money. That's the way that works. Have you figured out, is it warmer up there now, or?
Yeah, it's actually pretty warm tonight.
Yeah, it's not bad out there. It's 10 degrees Celsius. I'd actually drive with my windows down.
Last night it was bitter cold.
It was pretty ugly last night, yeah. Earlier, I couldn't stop. These things would just continually show up. Now I can't get them to work at all. So aggravating. Okay, something about the vertex groups.
The vertex boobs?
Vertex boobs. That's what they are now. I'm going with this, man. I'm rolling with vertex boobs. Nope. Those were the wrong vertex boobs. The problem is, this was so quick to do it last time that I didn't think to do it. I didn't think to save anything because it just worked. And now it's not working because one of them got unclicked. And I don't know which one it was. That's not it either. Wrong vertex boobs. I am all about this vertex boobs thing. That's what that other picture was that you showed me earlier. A whole bunch of vertex boobs.
And they're all making fun of you. Oh, God.
Okay. Nope. I swear something said export vertex order and something, and I can't, and I'm not seeing the thing, and I swear it did. Object groups. I want it to be.
So, what are you trying to do?
So, if you do this the right way, I'm trying to import my car, this guy here. Here's my little car, right? From Blender, where I built him, into Daz, where I've got the animation already set up for all these guys. They wanted me to add headlights and turn signals that worked. Daz can't animate texture maps. It's just a limitation of Daz, which is fine. So instead, what I did was I built little blocks underneath here so that it's got an indent where the headlight is, and then a block that sits right behind the headlight. And then I'm going to map the headlight will be a dark gray, and then the block behind it will be a glowing white. And then I need to make it a moving object so it'll just move through, and then the lights will turn on, and then when you move them back, the lights will turn off, right? It's really a simple function. To do that, you have to have this set up where it identifies the different pieces of the vehicle as different objects. Like this front wheel here needs to be a front wheel. So it needs to know that when you import it into Daz. If you have all of the vertex groups, that's over here on the right side that you can't see because it's off the right side. But if you have all of the different pieces identified as a vertex group, there is a button you click or a switch you throw or something that says, tell Daz these vertex groups are different pieces. Whatever that switch is has gotten unticked because Blender resets to the factory default settings every time I turn it off. So I have to go find what that click is. If you don't do it, it's just a big dumb block into Daz Studio. And you can then do it. You can do it manually in Daz, but it requires you to select each face in Daz and then say, all of this is one vertex group. Click, 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 click. This is the second piece. Click, 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 and you know, so we'll be doing this all night, clicking pieces of this car apart in Daz. They're already selected over here.
Oh, someone just joined.
Pepper.
Hi, Peppa.
Hello.
Walk you with his drawing.
Okay. That's a very large, boxy vehicle.
It is, with headlights now. Version 2. So anyway, the end result of this, then, I was explaining to Kayan what the problem is with this. So the end result is there is one click where it says all the pieces you've already gone through and selected and said that they were different parts transfer to Daz Studio. If I can't figure out that click, then it just goes over as one big clunk, and it just becomes a box that moves over, and then I have to have it in Daz Studio select everything and make it an object. And then once you do that, then you have to rig it and everything like that. So in other words, it's rigging. I can take the rigging over in one unit. It's already rigged in Blender. I just don't know what the click is to make it move the rig. So you can see now that I have done this thing here, these are all the vertex groups. So here's the car, here's the body, the suspension, the steering wheel, the tires, the headlights. You see all these are all the different pieces of this car.
Okay. Yes, he is.
So anyway, that's part of the problem is I can't seem to get it to export correctly anymore, and I'm having a real problem with it. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. No, not that one. Oh, whoa. Maybe yes, that one. Vertex groups. Object groups. Oh, maybe this is the one I needed to do. I don't need the animation. Object selected only. Z forward up. Normals triangulated mesh. Curves. Normals UV coordinates. Oh, maybe this is the one I want. Okay. Me. Okay, me. If you're watching this video to figure out how the heck you did this, we're trying the experimental waveform function. See if that worked. Can't tell if it worked or if. It didn't work. And it still didn't work. Okay. It didn't work. How you doing, Pepper?
I'm doing good. Bill's finally feeling better, so...
Was Bill feeling bad?
He's been... Since, like, Tuesday, like... He had to do something big at work on Tuesday, and then he got sick on Tuesday. So he got everything that he needed to get done big-wise on that day. Took off and then had to go back to work at like 8 p.m. that night. Following day, he took off the entire day because he wasn't feeling well. And he's showing signs that he has improved today by the end of the day, but this morning he was not very well, so...
Right. Hi, Bob. Yes. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm aggravated. This is not going as well as I wanted it to. But he's feeling better than TLDR.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, so are you visiting this weekend?
Yes. Well, yes, unless you're sick. I don't want sick, so I will
I'm
visit
saying that he's not
sick.
I'm saying that he's not sick, so...
No. But yes, this weekend should be us doing lunch like usual.
Okay.
On the huge.
Yeah.
Which sounds better in my head than when I say it. So there's that. I need to figure this out because this is the better way to deal with all of my objects in Daz Studio for animation and stuff, but not just in animation. Right now, the way that I do like my Kitty model and stuff like that is to assemble it bit by bit in Daz Studio and then fly the jumbled pieces around. But there's no way to do any kind of I can't do any kind of the problem I'm having is things at an angle. I can do everything at right angles, but I can't do anything that's at an angle. So things get hairy when I start trying to like do things like extend the gravity blades and stuff like that. They don't work. So
Mhm.
we need to figure this process out. It's just a matter of getting it figured out. I did it once. I can do it again. I just need to
Mass
figure out what I
modifiers?
did. All my modifiers are flattened, so there's no modifiers involved. Are you looking out there and helping me out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so nope.
Keep vertex order?
Yeah, I've got that set. We're good there. So I've got it set for keep vertex order. Write normals, include UVs, write materials, and triangulate the faces and apply the modifiers. So the applying the modifiers, I just do that to make sure that I don't have a Boolean out or whatever. No, see, that was the problem. I followed somebody's online tutorial and it worked perfectly. So I thought, oh, good, I've got this. Did not realize that Blender resets everything back to default settings the moment you close it. So all of my export things go back to default mode as soon as I close Blender. So now I'm trying to export it again, and everything that was clicked that I had done the first time around is unclicked. And now I'm like, okay, so now I've got to remember what I did. And what I was saying to Ken, part of the problem is up until about 6 months or a year ago, this was actually impossible to do. This is something they did in an update to DAZ. So just even going out and looking on Google doesn't help, because you end up with step 1, do this. Step 2, load this third-party program into DAZ and install it, and then clink it together and tie it to DAZ together to do this step 3 part. Whereas now they've made it so that DAZ does it by itself. And the third-party thingy costs like $12, and I don't want to spend it if I know I can do it for free. You know? Yeah, and the settings didn't save, so I didn't screenshot it, which would have been smart. Like, what was the setup? I don't remember, but we need to figure this out. Export Blender objects as object groups. I think that's what I need to have. Because it says export Blender objects as objects. No, maybe it's that one. I mean, I can definitely do this with materials. What I don't get is why there isn't a vertex group. Yeah, I mean, I just need to go find the tutorial. But like I was saying before, this is 2022. There are no tutorials in text. Everything's a video. So I have to go out and watch these videos. And the videos always start with, "Hi, I'm Guy. I like the color blue, and my favorite number is 26, which leads us to my grandmother's recipe for cookies." And you're like, just tell me how to do the thing. So even if I find the tutorial, it's like, even then it's kind of difficult to do. Not impossible, but we had it, and that's the thing that's so frustrating. I had it, and now I need to figure out what I did and how I got it. And that's probably not going to... Oh, that's nice. That's so clear. So, anyway, how are we doing this morning, gentlemen? This evening?
I'm awake.
Always a plus. Yep, after the Import Daz add-on has been enabled.
I am downloading something I paid for Procreate. So
Sweet. Actually sounds like fun.
well, they were having a sale, and it was like $200 something worth of stuff.
So now you have $200 something worth of items.
Yeah, for like $60.
Hey, that's a good deal.
I mean, I couldn't stop myself. Really couldn't. It's a problem. But but essentially all of it is supposed to be so that you can do like get the effects of making comics like in the horror genre, pop genre, old school looking like comics that have like pop tones or the dots.
Okay.
Something similar like that before, but like in Procreate, like it wouldn't give me like it always did something weird with the tones. Like it would either give me multiple tones at the same time or just give me black no matter what the color was. So this one is supposed to be like better in the sense of it's supposed to give one tone when it does dots and everything like that. So with this, essentially, I could also do it so that it's set up that I have like a screen tone texture for like if I wanted to do something that was more manga like.
Okay, makes sense.
That too. I took advantage of the Black Friday sale.
That's good.
Yeah. How's everything else going?
It goes. Can't complain.
I posted my feelings about the new Wednesday stuff on Facebook. You have to go there to find them. I'm not discussing them on the show.
Okay, that's fine. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm
Yeah,
not
I
ready
can't
to.
tell them that everybody dies in the end. Actually, I'm still at episode 5, so I have no real idea whether they all die or not, but that's all right. I'm going to make the joke anyway because it's funny.
Yeah, Bill was home all day long, so you can imagine we watched a lot of TV. He was not feeling well.
Fair.
And besides, Guy, the answer is Snape kills Dumbledore.
Right?
Wrong series.
That's the point.
Okay. Make sure to check poly groups and keep vertex order. Okay. That's the step. That's
Oh,
one
really?
step.
That's not how you do your polyamory?
That's how you do it. Poly groups. We don't judge.
No. I just didn't know what type of grouping are you and Maya in.
Right? No judging.
Just want to point out that that was a joke.
Vertex groups. Okay, now you're doing the right thing. Set a vertex group. Okay, we set a vertex group. Well, whatever. Okay, good. Okay, so he's going to make custom bones out of the vertex groups in this. It's for clothing. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take anything here. All righty, look at that. That's what I'm looking for right there. That's the export mode. All right. Selection only, object groups, 1, auto, Z forward, Y up. Apply modifiers, off, off. Okay, so you've got it set the same way I do. Why are we having a problem? You know what? I'll try 1B1 Kenobi because I've set everything here the same way he set it over there. All is set the same way. So maybe we're just having the Daz Studio playing that game of, you've already done it, so we're going to decide you can't do it. Like, I can't reset this. Add geometry. 1B1. Okay, now we'll go to this one. And this time I'll save this stupid thing, this picture. Right click, left panel. Okay. Okay, it's all here. All of the pieces are here. Why are you not moving the pieces over? Is this one of those you just have to quit and start all over again? Fine. All the geometry is now here. Okay. So I've probably been doing it right for the last like 30 minutes or so. But apparently we are at another one of those things with Daz, which is once you've done it, you can't do it again. So I'd have to create the figure that doesn't exist for it to work. Because it was correct this entire time. I guess what I'll do next time is when it's screwed up. All right. Now, when we look over here, all the pieces exist. And that's important. That took an inordinately long time to do, and it really should not have taken that long. And I'm bothered that that was the case. All right. Nothing is different on this except the tail lights, the headlights, and these extra little pieces. So looks like a paper model. It does. I think my kid was asking me about this, whether this was a or how to do this earlier today, and I'm not 100% sure I followed what he was after. And now I think I know what he was after, so I'll have to check in with him tomorrow. Now, for you who are wondering, I redid the headlights and the turn signals now so that they are actual parts of the vehicle. So because of that, we're going to erase the graphics that are on here. Okay, so to me, who might be watching this video in the future trying to figure out how I did this again, the solution to our problem was that we needed to go on ahead and create a figure that will error out, because clearly the problem that Daz doesn't do is once you have made the mistake of trying to load it in the incorrect way, it gets stuck and it will not you can't let that go. So that is the thing that we need to do. Okay. Here we go. And I will do the same thing I did before. And I will say in red. Well, I did actually save. So the person that I found the tutorial on online, they took a snapshot of the settings, so I saved that. I have a folder on how to convert from this to DAS. It's just it didn't have the correct information on it. So what I did was I saved the photograph of it. The rest of I have a text file in there that was correct. The headlight tattoo. Yes. She gets a headlight tattoo. All right, let's go in here. Now for you, we're going to do this. We're going to go here onto do this. Now, all I'm doing here is hoping against hope that they don't say, that's great, but could we add like something else to it? This is becoming an ongoing kind of joke. They keep asking me to add weirder and stranger things. And now they're asking me to add stranger things. Now I have to put aliens in here.
You have to put like a demigorgon and everything in there?
I have to put a demigorgon in here now. It's so horrible. Making me have demigorgons. People. All right. In theory, everything else should be identical. In theory. So we'll see. I'm going to save as. We're going to call this car A1 B. And that tells me that this is nice license plate. Thank you. Now, if we're correct, and we go to surfaces, we do this, we say browse, and we take car A1B, which is you, and do that. The lights are off, everything's off. Gotta make sure we go to angle and drop it to about 50. And then we go down to ambient and we say car A1B, and we make it gray like so. And we turn the specular off, glossiness off. Okay, now the car has no tail lights working, no headlights, no turn signals. All right. Step 1 complete. Now we rig it. Turn on the joint editor. Look at all these wonderful joints going everywhere and nowhere useful. All right. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's right. We know what we're doing here.
We do?
Sort of. I pretend like I know what I'm doing. That makes it a whole lot easier. All right. So body doesn't need to be there, but the center of the body is there. Move that to there. I'll say suspension. Suspension's also the center. But it actually goes this way. Steering wheel. A little bit more complicated because the steering wheel needs to be turned. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is get this node to rotate properly. I'll worry about him later. All right. Left front tire. Headlights. This is the end point or the start point? Doesn't really matter. Front turn signal. Same thing. No, call you null.
Okay, that emoji turned out really nice.
I like that emoji. Left rear turn signal. All right, rear turn signal. Okay.
Yeah. Alright. I'll play with that another day.
Oh, I was going to set the center point between the mirrors because that's the actual pivot point of a vehicle. And then I can do off tracking with it. What is up here?
You're up, Doc.
Wow, it's windy tonight.
Yeah, I was noticing too. It's super windy. Like, all of a sudden. I don't know what that's all about. Other than it being super windy, of course. I mean, a thing.
It's windy where you guys are at?
Well, okay, so it was windy. And then it settled in, but I guess it's still windy between us two, because you see the way this works graphically is it's me, then Kayan, then Pepper, or Pepper, then Kayan, then me, whichever direction you're going around I-25. So if the wind's moving, it's probably heading your way.
No, I heard earlier, like, so essentially, like, my chimney is where we gauge on how windy it is.
I see.
And the other thing is if we don't hear the owl, like, we know it's not windy because we can hear the owl.
A front coming through plausibly? I don't know. Maybe?
Yes. It's a front. There's a front coming through, but it won't
produce
drop
anything.
snow on on us.
Oh, that's nice.
But it's going to hit the mountains kind of hard.
Well, isn't it coming over the mountains like first? So by the time it gets to us, it's not going to be very big anyway.
Well, it's a powerful storm. It's just the mountains are going to get all the snow, and with the way the winds are, we're going to get all the warmth. So it's going to be like mid 50s tomorrow, but like 80s, 60 to 80 mile an hour winds.
Nice.
So what you're saying is it's not going to be really in the 50s. It's probably still going to feel like it's in the 30s.
Yeah, with a strong inclination to go east.
Yeah. We have a lot of lakes in our area, so therefore there's a lot of moisture, which means we're a little bit more humid than you guys. So it's gonna feel colder than what it's supposed to. Great.
Oh noes, I has done it wrong. I guess I should just know that's going to happen.
I think I'll do that. Sorry, stumbled across something. Who's reading? Surprisingly enough, I put myself on I got medication to help me be more on track, and my brain seems more fried.
That's not the way it's supposed to work.
I know. It's like I have a worse attention span now. The person I went to for this said, like, by the way, for the first 3 days, 3 or 4 days, you may feel like not yourself. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is what she was talking about. I don't know. Let me pull it up.
Smaller.
There we go. Don't forget to do that. Assign all the bones, otherwise you're in trouble.
You sign bones?
It's not like Vertex boobs. We had that earlier.
Okay.
Like, I accept that.
Just moving along quickly. Just
like, I'll go with that.
Mhm.
Now, nope. What am I doing? What, we're missing a step. What's the step we missed? Because I remember there is a, and then you have to click this one thing. Oh yeah, because we've got to weight map it. It doesn't need to be weight mapped to anything important. It needs to be weight mapped somehow, and I can't remember what that step was. Transfusions was more higher because you're speaking out whatever. This is not the transfer utility we need to worry about. Where is it?
And he needs a butt chin.
Nothing worse than a damn butt chin. Just saying.
I don't know. Sometimes a butt chin is needed.
You're not wrong.
I was actually talking to one of my siblings the other day, and I was like, she pointed out, like, you know, if I lose weight, it seems like I have an indent in my chin, like a butt chin. And I was like, yeah, I have that too. Several other of our siblings have it as well. You don't really notice it when you're overweight, but when we start losing weight, it seems to stand out a lot. And she's like, that's interesting. Did not realize our family had that trait. And I was like, it didn't even show up in my genetic test. She's like, really? And I was like, yep, I'm not supposed to have that type of chin, but apparently I do. Sorry, trying to relate.
It's all good.
No, you're good.
Butt chin.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your friends.
So, not to get into story specifics, but Guy.
That's me.
Uh-huh. How do you think this story is unfolding for Wednesday?
Oh, I like it so far. I've been enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we're back into that zone of this is your two purview. It's your wheelhouse for both of you guys. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, there have been some scenes where I have laughed so freaking hard. And I just absolutely love that. And that was a lot of fun. So, for me, I'm having fun. Well, you can add IK chains in here? I mean, you can't, but you can? Weird. Yeah.
Apparently you can, and you're gonna.
Well, that's what I want is IK chains, and I can't. It says it, but then it won't give me the option to put an IK chain in there. That's annoying. IK chains would be very, very useful on this point, but isn't. Okay, so anyway. Because this is talking about the transfer utility. I don't have the transfer utility. Okay, where was the thingy? Where's the thingy? How to do it?
I will be. Okay.
That's it. Okay, so once you've done this, create it. That's what I was looking for. It's in the steps on here, not on the steps otherwise. Okay. Once it's in the scene, select the figure in the scene tab. Okay. That's you. Okay. Because these won't then choose the weight map brush. Crap. Which one's the weight map brush? Meh. Node weight map. Okay. Choose the weight map brush. Right click. Go to weight editing. Fill bone selection group. This was the one that we were missing. Fill by bone selection group. Okay. Do this before you're set up, or you will not see the nodes move when testing your joint setup during the next step, which is exactly what just happened. Okay. Now we can do everything else. All right. Joint editor. Go to the joint editor. In here, edit our joints. Okay, I'm done. You're like, you making a joke? Maybe. Steering wheel. Now, we will double check this by making sure the steering wheel's joint moves correctly.
Sorry, organizing a little.
That's it. You're fired. Again.
Okay, well.
You're like, oh, man.
Well, it's
I
fine.
get fired all the time.
I wish I could get tired tonight.
All right.
Okay. I will be right back.
You will be right back.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and now to test our theory. Yes! Steering wheel moves correctly. All right. We are in like Flynn. Now, we got finally the bones working correctly. That took a long ass time. We will do this 4 or 5 times just to make sure that I've got this down, because I'm not thrilled with how long it took me to do this. There are a lot of steps in this of the, and then if you screw it up, you messed it up sort of steps. Does not make me ecstatic here. Okay, the body. You are not of the body. How bad of a screw up was that?
Oh no! Do I need to get the thing ready?
No. The body needs to be a subgroup of suspension, not the suspension a subgroup of the body. I'm trying to decide how badly did I mess this up. I think I may have messed it up beyond repair on that one. I'm gonna have to go back to figure setup and do it again. And suspension needs to be on the bottom. There. And then body needs to be a subgroup of suspension, like that. It's important to keep practicing this over and over and over. So there's that. Otherwise, the body doesn't move correctly. I am building a car. Okay, and then we have to go to the weight brush because we just undid that thing that we just figured out. Node map weight brush, right mouse click, and say, what was it? Going all the way down. Go by bone selection groups.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back
to the stage of history. All right.
You said it, not me.
All right. All righty. Now we have this going the correct way, I believe. I hope. Righty. You are not of the body, Landru. You are not of the body. And the trackers are like, yeah, that makes sense. And everybody else is like, he's just broken. So, in normal parlance, these are bones. However, since this is a vehicle, the bones get kind of wonky in their own little world. Which is why we're doing things like this. There we go. Now, surfaces, materials. What, did you just forget? I guess you forgot. Now, if we're correct, I hope we are, because I'm really not into this being incorrect. Did you guys really do this way? You did, didn't you?
10 minutes left.
10 minutes. Figure out your problems, guy. You only have 10 minutes left.
I'm just saying.
No, you're not wrong.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's fair.
Food.
I need. This is very frustrating. All of a sudden, I don't have my other. Okay. There we go.
Okay, that's a fun one.
Five minutes remain, guys. That's not the direction you want to go, guys. That's also not the direction you want to go. There. See? It's on. It's off. It's on. It's off. So it did work.
We got a lot done today. I'm feeling very accomplished.
Mm-hmm. No, it's just on. Oh man, I only get one light on. That's ridiculous. Almost. Why is the other one being weird?
Mm.
1.11, huh? Fine. Whatever. Off, on, off, on. I guess I can turn them varying degrees of off and on. Turn signals have a different problem. Right, dink, dink, dink. Let's see if we do that too. And we'll just set this guy for the same thing. All right, this is right turn.
Well, I am going to hop off. It is midnight.
It is midnight.
So, 1 minute.
I've got one more minute, man.
You got 1 minute to midnight.
So. Off. There we go. We have a blinking turn signal. It works.
So, you guys have a nice night. Bye.
You too. See you later.
Bye. Oh, it is actually midnight now.
Yep.
Time's up, guy.
I'm going to finish these parameters. Which is all right. You can go, but these, I mean, I'm almost done.
All right. Oh. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Keep your eyes on the stars.
Bye-bye, Pepper. It's just me for just a second longer here while I do these last little bits. You'll notice I did these. So it's going to be the value of 3 to the value of 1. So 1 to 3. That's weird. The minimum on this will be minus, is it minus 1? Minus 1. Minus 3 is that value. And this will be minus 1, and they're going the other direction. Which is aggravating, but that's all right. Left, break, light, on, off. Maybe, but finally, I think I've set this thing up correctly. Same thing, minus 1 to minus 3, or rather minus 3 to, weirdly, minus 1. There. At some point, we'll do cleanup on this, but for right now, I'll get it going the way it's supposed to go. The brakes will turn on, and we'll be good. That's fine. It's all we need. because now the headlights turn on and the turn signals turn on. And the brakes turn on. Okay. Turn the headlights off. And all is good. This way I can do the, when they signal you to turn your headlights on, you'll know what that means. And no, I don't know what's wrong with the model that makes it so that they turn on alternately, but that doesn't matter because we will never have it in a gradient for the headlights. It's a gradient for the taillights, so that they will do the bing, 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 but the headlights are not designed that way. Now I can finish that scene that they wanted me to finish before. So let's go to our smart content, right in our content library in here, and we will select you and we will say save as. I'm going to save it as a character preset. Is it a character preset or is it a prop? I've got it under here. That's fine. Save figure prop asset. Make sure to save as. Figure prop asset is not what we have here. Not you. Okay, try this again. Save as. Post material. Make sure to save as a figure / prop. Okay, there are neither figures nor props in here, folks. How did I save this before? Because it's not a character. And the worst part is it says actor. That's annoying. Shader. I'm ready to go to bed. However, I'm not going to bed without saving this. Save as subscene? No. I don't know, maybe it's just this way. Car B, car 1B. Gosh, I hope that's... Nope. Saved it as a set. It needs to be saved as an actor. Oh, why do... We've updated it. It's a file type. So see over here where it says actor and it says set, I need it to save as an actor. Because saving it as a set won't save the bone structures and stuff like that. So we need to make sure it saves correctly. And I thought it was a character, but well, I guess it does. Oh, okay, it does say that it can do that. There we go. Saved as an actor. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, change this to... We say save as character preset. So I'm going to change what it says here. There. Yeah, I mean, really, if that had not worked, I would have just saved the whole file and then come back tomorrow and fussed with it until it saved it correctly. But we need to make 5 or 6 cars, or maybe we'll need to make 100 cars. So we need to have it over here in the in this area over here, just so I can go car, 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 car. If you put it in this in the world, you only have that one car, and there's no way to duplicate it easily. Because duplicating is not one of Daz's strong suits. But the thing that's cool about this now is once we have this, I can set up a pose over here that's like this pose here, where it's in the same. I'm curious whether it goes the other direction. Really? That's going to be really obnoxious, actually. So I may have to decide whether I'm going to deal with these poses this way or redo them all tomorrow morning. But whatever's the story, we're leaving. We're out. We're out. Because I now am like, probably should have just a core option for just this car and use this car from now on and just redo all of the poses. Because now we can do poses where it hits the brakes and the brake lights come on. And that's an important thing. So we'll have some car control issues over here we'll work on. So, okay. I am out. Good night, Bob. Thank you for keeping me company. I appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars. Good night.